These blood tests reveal exactly how to fix ADHD. For running lab tests on adults with ADHD for the past 10 years, these are the ones that I have found that reveal the root of the problem and help me fix their ADHD symptoms. The very first category that you do need a test for are amino acids. And the most important ones that I see that people with ADHD tend to be deficient is tyrosine, which is very important for the synthesis and making dopamine. Also, testing glutamate, which is important for the synthesis of GABA, which helps with stress regulation, different neurotransmitters that help manage our stress. So that's a really important one. And then also testing for taurine, which also helps with GABA, so also very important. And glycine, which is a very important amino acid that can help regulate different other neurotransmitters. So really important one to be testing for. And three additional ones that we should not miss is like testing for tryptophan, which is important for the serotonin pathway, helps with sleep, which is a big problem with a lot of people with ADHD and also with their mood, and also testing for serine, which serine is really important for memory, which a lot of people with ADHD struggle with memory. And so whenever I find that this is deficient, which roughly I'll see about 30 to even up to 38% of people that we test tends to be deficient in this, especially if you're 40 and older. And a more recent one that I have also seen amino acid that does creep up to be a big issue lately is cysteine. Now, cysteine really impacts energy. It also can impact focus and motivation too. So you'll usually get this from taking NAC, but it's always good to test for cysteine to see if that's low. And that one I've been seeing more and more often when we run these lab tests as being an issue. Now, if you don't want to have to write down all these labs, then just download my free ADHD lab protocol guide in the description below. It has all this list, the full guide, so you know exactly what to actually test for. And again, that's in the description below. Now, the next category to test for is testing for vitamins and minerals. Now, to really narrow this down, generally I like to test all of them just so we're not missing anything, but I'm pretty much picking the ones that I see that just creep up more often, more frequently, and have a higher percentage chance of seeing it deficient in your case when you run these labs. And so some of the really big ones are like, for example, like vitamin C that people don't even consider testing for, but it is very important for the synthesis of a lot of different neurotransmitters, including dopamine. And then also testing for vitamin D3, which this one, usually a lot of people think about it like helping with energy, which is a big one, but it's also important for the synthesis of both serotonin and also dopamine. And probably one of the biggest ones that I think that's really critical to be testing for is vitamin B6. In fact, roughly we see about 60+% of the people we do test are typically deficient in this area. Now, why this is important is because it does help build and modulate every single step of the process with dopamine as well as serotonin and GABA, which all three of those neurotransmitters are really important when it comes to your ADHD to identify the root cause of the issue so that you can fix the symptoms that you're dealing with your ADHD. Now, you can test all the B vitamins, but I'm kind of picking the ones that I see that's more of an issue. So like vitamin B6 as well as like folate is another really big one to make sure that is not an issue. Now, there's three additional different vitamins and minerals to test for that are also a big issue, which is like zinc, magnesium, and iron. If any of these are deficient, this can be one of the biggest culprits to your ADHD symptoms. So I'd highly recommend to test these because if these are low, it is causing your brain fog. It's causing your low energy. It's causing your focus issues. So definitely check these for because they do help build and modulate not only things for neurotransmitters, but it also does, especially like iron, does help with the synthesis of our blood cells that carries blood and oxygen nutrients throughout our body and especially to our brain. And so if that becomes an issue, it's going to be an issue for your ADHD as well. Now, this next set, I've already kind of touched on this, and this is something you would have to go to a functional medicine doctor to get these tested because your standard doctor's not going to run these because it's a functional lab test to do. And that's running different neurotransmitters. And this is something I do with all my patients, clients. So if you're having a hard time finding someone, again, you can look at the link below if you need to book an appointment with me to actually run these different labs for you. So usually the neurotransmitters are pretty standard what we want to be testing for, but I'm going to put them in actually in a category of most importance. And that is first testing for phenylethylamine. And why this one's so important is because I see roughly about 88, even all the way up to 91% that are deficient in this category. Now, what is this? This is an excitatory neurotransmitter that deals with focus, motivation, drive. It also is important for stimulating the synthesis and process of dopamine. So if this is low, you're gonna have issues with your ADHD. There's a very high chance that you have this issue. The next ones to be testing for is looking for serotonin. And roughly we'll see about 60+% of the people that we test are deficient in this category. And then also looking at GABA, which we already mentioned before, because GABA helps with managing our stress. So if that's low, that could be the reason of why you're dealing with a lot of anxiety with your ADHD. And then, of course, dopamine. Now, I put this at the bottom because I've actually recently looked at our data over the past several years, is that we see only about 42% of the people we test tend to be low in dopamine. Generally, they have issues more in these categories or the things I've already mentioned. And that's why I'm putting it this as highest priority and not just looking at just dopamine. Now, like I said, if you don't have to write this all down and want the full guide of labs that you need to be implementing with your ADHD, you could download my ADHD lab protocol guide in the description below. Okay, so the next category is to test for, that's really important along with all of this, is testing for hormones. Now, the biggest one to always test for, and you need to go to a functional medicine doctor to do this, is testing your cortisol levels throughout the day. Not just one reading. Your standard doctor might just run that to check for Addison's disease, but you need to be testing it throughout the day to see where is it dipping and spiking throughout the day, because cortisol impacts our energy, stress. It also impacts motivation and focus throughout the day. And I see about 92% of the people we test tends to have this issue. So it's a big one to test for. You just need to know specifically where is an issue throughout the day. Now, some other big ones to also test for is testing DHEA, which roughly about 62% of the people we test tends to be deficient in this. Now, why it's important is because this helps make a lot of different hormones, such as like testosterone and estradiol, but it also does impact dopamine greatly. So we want to make sure that is not an issue and testing for that. And so the other ones I already mentioned, you want to be testing for testosterone. You also want to be testing for progesterone, and you also want to be testing for estradiol. And the last one that you definitely get at least run by your insurance is doing a full thyroid panel. Usually you want to be testing here is not just looking at just TSH, which your standard doctors would just be running, but you can ask for doing a full panel. So that would be running like free T3, free T4, and also I usually like to add anti-TPO. This will completely rule in and rule out if there's a thyroid issue, because that does greatly impact your ADHD, and you want to make sure that's not an issue. Now, I get this is a lot of labs to look at, so you should watch this video next where I actually go over case studies where I've done over 11,000 different lab tests on my ADHD patients. And so I go over those labs, what kind of results, what kind of things that we implemented, so you understand how this all works together. So watch this video next.